Hello, guys, welcome to Creative Converse this week. And today I have in the studio Mr. Udechukwu Uchechukwu, popularly known as the 12, Ezamuso of Nollywood. So it's a pleasure having you in the studio today. So, just like I asked, who exactly is the 12? Because I think some people know you with the 12, those of us. Then those that know you as Ezamusu, they enjoy that one too. So who exactly is this guy?
The 12 is a mobile cinematographer, a content director, and let's just say a little bit of forex trader. Well, nobody knows that. Let's just give it on a low key.
Okay.
Filmmaker. I'm just getting into the film industry. I don't want to loud it yet. We are still coming. It will take time. It's not something we can garbage in and garbage out. If it should be good, it has to take time. This is a little about me. I don't have much.
Okay, so mobile cinematographer.
Yeah.
So it's not the in Nigeria we have mobile police and they stand on the highway. So mobile cinematographer, what do you mean?
Okay, some say mobile cinematographer means one that can move around. Yes, I accept. But if you browse mobile cinematographer, you don't see cars, you see phone. So mobile cinematographer in the sense that I shoot my videos and most times edit with phone. Most times.
So you shoot
and edit
with purely with phone.
Yes.
Mobile phones like Android phone and iOS.
No, I don't do iOS.
Okay.
I'm not in that field.
Okay, so now people using Android have something to back up their argument against iOS.
Yeah, I've given them a mouth now. I've given them a voice. Like I'm the voice of the streets.
Oh,
so given them a voice.
If you're using an Android phone now, hallelujah somebody, because definitely there is something to use in your argument because it's always online. So what actually inspired you into mobile cinematography?
The inspiration is that someone once said a long time ago that if you're coming into a saturated market, it's better you come with a different kind of products. So the movie industry, we've been doing it with normal
traditional cameras.
Yes, I'm also in Nollywood, but I'm just like a low-key kind of person. 2013, I was there, then not really like kind of there, but I just did about not today, like a production assistant. Then along the line, years ago. But I found out that I'm not much of doing my work as a PA. I'm often seen around the DOPs. Just like when I was a Christian in the church, I am around the media team. You can't see me anywhere place if not in media, but somewhere around the band because I know the sound of good music. I enjoy good music. So then in 2015, I was so fed up, like I don't think this right long. I picked up phone and that was how we did it. Till dates, 10 years of doing this with phone.
10 years of mobile cinematography.
Yeah.
And editing.
Yes.
So is there something spectacular that made you lose interest in camera?
Lots.
Okay.
Lots. Number one, you know how much Sony camera costs. if I'm to do camera, if it's not Sony, I'm not doing.
Okay. So you're the Sony ambassadors of Nigeria.
If I should move into camera, which I know is not possible. If I should, yes, I am not going to move to anywhere. I just want to be where I am.
Okay, well, Sony has a phone with good cameras too.
Yeah, I've heard about their phones. If
Yeah.
I want to switch, though, it will not be Sony. That's not the brand I'm looking at. But if I'm to move into camera, it has to be Sony. Like since I entered there, only the Sony camera now they look
the Sony Alpha gang. Okay, I get it.
I love it, Sony. But I kind of found out that with phone, it's not that expensive. Someone once told me that if you want to buy a fake Sony lens, if you buy them at 800k, no say you buy original fake. That's how expensive these things are. But with phone, I mean my phone, roughly 930, and I have the phone. I don't need to get. If I want to now go pro, I cannot get the lenses and the rest of them. But if you get a camera, you get the rig, the lenses, the card, the battery, and if you are going to shoot, you think, am I with this? Am I with this? Am I with that? And you get on set, you roll, you find out there's no battery inside the camera. The card inside the camera. You get confused. So all those things, I looked at it, all those rigorous process. I'm someone's last born, you cannot stress me.
Oh.
So I chose the phone.
Now you've cleared the point. Okay, shout out to all the last ones in the world.
You cannot stress me. I hate
Okay.
stress.
Wow. Well, so you are now the ambassador for Don't Stress Me, I guess, and then the ambassador for probably do it the easier way,
Yeah.
kind of Nollywood. Now, you said when coming into a saturated
Market.
do you think Nollywood is already saturated or still saturated?
I don't dance in circles. There was this man that is he Birds of Life? I think it was one that produced the film. He was saying that Nollywood has never made a very good film. And I think I trust that because we do not think I don't even think we have ever done anything that good yet. You understand? We are still moving in circles. We are trying to escape, but at the end of the day, sometimes we move in circles. Though there are creative thinkers among us, they are trying to go. For me, I think in Nigeria, the movie industry in Nigeria, we are oversaturated. Oversaturated. Someone will say you're judging from Asaba. No, I'm not. In general, I have what I don't why we will not discover ourselves. And the little ones are knows the truth. If you say the truth in public, it's a gift. So if they don't say the truth in public, they go indoors and murmur about it. Come and say it outside, nobody will say it. You understand? So I felt like instead of coming to tell this same thing from this same perspective, but coming to say it in the normal way. Like during the time I was shooting my film, they were like, how possible? All those kind of things. So instead of people that put the camera and all that thing, doing it normal way they're doing it. Try using something else. Number one, you are buying their attention with the fact that you're not doing it the way they're doing it. At that point, if you're speaking, they're listening. There is something called a tagline in every video. You bring a tagline to bring viewers to come and watch you. My tagline is the fact that I'm using for you. Doubt it, you come and confirm. In the early days I was starting, the thing that used to drive me is that when you think this is not possible, I'll tell you, bring your money, I'll prove you wrong. But I don't do that anymore now. If you want me to prove anything to you, I'm sorry, I don't prove anything, I only improve. If you want me to prove anything, go to my history, you'll see it there. So that's just the thing.
Okay. So I love the fact that you're so clear about what you want. But do you think that moving forward to break out of the circle, what do people who are probably in your shoes and those looking up to you, because yes, a lot of young persons are fed up with the rituals. We know what Nollywood is all about. But then this is purely not about Nollywood in its ingenuity. Are you getting it? Because if we told that line, we are going to say a lot that might not really be necessary for consumption.
Yeah.
So the plan is moving forward. What do you suggest? What do you prefer as solution? As one who has carved a niche and still carving, you just mentioned students you train. So what do you prefer?
Well, for me to give Nollywood an advice on how to start being better within themselves, I don't know. The best thing I can say is that Hamalukufeni na Hekuna is all those meetings that I normally go to, and then people give advices. If you now, what makes people what they are? It's not meant to be seen in public. So, if you know all those things, mostly I do go for some meetings, and all those things we talk behind closed door. That is very, very essential that they have. They already know that if we do this will help us. I don't want to do it. They should go back and listen to it. If it's for 12 to come out in the presence of your grandmother, get a more. But if I draw, and I'm a more. So when they are ready, they should go back in the secrets and redress. They know where the problem is coming from. They don't want to talk out. That's it.
Okay. Everybody seems not to want to expose this one. Please, if you know what is holding Nollywood from succeeding, put it down in the comment section. It's very important now because nobody wants to say this is the problem. We are all here. Everybody wants to dodge the matter until probably one day rain washes and the flood carries it like a karaoke kit of some people. But then, aside mobile phone, are there other tools you use?
Mobile phone, nothing else. I just use mobile phone. Even if I'm to try other tools, it's just my drone, and then probably this DJI Handicam, GoPro 360. Those are the other stuff I use aside phone. Those ones are because maybe there's some kind of like presently I'm working on a project that has to do with car drift and sometimes drone. I'm not a good drone pilot, so someone flies my drone. But I feel like in that kind of project, my drone cannot give me what I want, or I don't have the good pilots to do it. So I use DJI to do that kind of thing. The forgotten name, GoPro 360 or whatever they call it. I use that. So aside from those are the things I use. But normal standard camera, I like here. I don't use all those things.
So, how do you do your lights?
My lights. ah, Normal lights now. I have sweet foot, I have amaran, I have red head, I have I've forgotten their names. I have a lot of. I invest a lot. I think that was the early days of last year. My manager, I think he spent 1.9 million on lights. So yes, we invest a lot in lights. I have a lot of lights though.
So your only kickback is against traditional camera.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. I hope that's cool. And other cinematographers will hear you and they will come for you. Don't worry. I am very confident that they will equally, because now you're trying to convince me that I don't need a camera to make a film. That is what it literally is.
I'm not convincing you. I just made you believe that it is not important. Just pray that next time I come here, I don't see cameras.
Okay, you're praying that next time you come, you don't see cameras.
I know I'm still coming back, but when next I come, I want to see some phones lying around.
Wow. Well, I don't know how possible your prophecy is going to be.
It's not a prophecy.
But then, how do you approach storytelling?
Well, as a mobile cinematographer, it's quite easy. Easy in the sense of budgets. The actual storytelling starts from the person whose album brings the story out. I often don't write because responsibility now is too much, so I reduced in writing. The last project of mine which I've written is the one I'm working on presently, which will be out this year. That's the last, and I'm not going to write again. I'll pull out. So next people that's coming should start writing. So approaching storytelling on my own end, well, it's pretty not hard though, because at the end of the day, it still bounces back to the fact that it's getting someone that has a pretty fair story, and then you look around you. Though, as a mobile cinematographer, my storytelling key is often hard because based on the story, the project, the property, the equipment I need, they're often hard for me to get around here. Like my plug, no day Nigeria, and then the time it will take to export things, to import things from there to this side, it take time. So all these things are often my challenges. Storytelling. That's why when I look at some stories, I don't think it's worth telling. But on a normal basis, if you bring me on a normal cinematographer, storytelling wise, I think I will get it easier than the person. If you take out the fact that my equipment are hard to get, every ground, I think it's kind of easier on this side than the other side. You understand? So storytelling is not hard here because you can even do it on the go.
So, talk about the quality comparison.
It depends on the phone. Let's stop making it look as if. It depends on the phone. There are some Samsung phones that shoot better than Sony cameras. Yes, I love Sony. I don't use normal phone camera, mind you. So I think it's dependent on the phone. My first flagship was Samsung S21. Then from there moving to 22, I'm presently in 23 and about to go to 24. And moving from this gadget, I found out that it's not about this thing. It's about the phone. Some sensors can take in light, some cannot. Like my 21, I had very big issue shooting at night. It has low light problem. 22 managed it, but not that good. This 23 is killing it. I wonder what 24 looks like. Now imagine now that in 2025, S25 is coming this year, if not this month. So think about it. It's not about the quality. The quality should not be a problem. And if the quality is the yardstick for measurement, I think you should even scrap that. That shouldn't even be your problem. The problem should be getting the gears, not just that the resolution and all that.
Okay. Now I feel like you're dealing with this issue from the angle that you can start with what you have.
If you started complete, you started late.
Okay. If you started complete, you started late. That's one. But then, if you are to be placed in a fully traditional equipment room and in a mobile equipment room, and you're asked to make a story for something, what will you go for?
I'll go for the mobile.
Why?
Because that's where my able lies. That's my niche. Not that I cannot use the other one. I know how to use it very, very well. but I will not touch it.
Okay, sorry to deviate a bit. You've talked about your agua. You mentioned that when you were in the church. Is there something
I'm a
behind?
traditionalist.
Okay,
I worship my ancestors. I'm into ancestral worship.
okay.
So that's just a little you may know about my algo. About algo there, in the sense, people do mistake that for voodooism and the rest of them. So they will always find something to call it. You know, my people will always say that which means a dog must be given a bad name for it to be killed. If not, if you can't kill a dog just like that, you have to dash it a bad name. So they do come against me with a lot of things, but I don't care about that. So Agbo in this sense does not mean that instituted one you guys know that you call fetish, which I do not think it is. Agbo in this case means creative force. My Agbo and your Agbo cannot be the same. That's why if you come in for a shoot, if I look at the way you talk, but next thing I will tell you, that means according to my rate card, what do you think you can afford? Because sometimes you may not be able to afford what's on my rate card, you understand? I do say, what will you do for my creative force? You understand? Then we can now start from there to talk. So, Agu in this essence does not mean the other one people think about. Agu is creative force. You understand? It's something that is everywhere. It does not even end. That is where the word Agu comes from Agu. So, I see no reason why we should give it that bad name.
Okay. Have you worked in notable productions that one could? Because you talked about if you want me to prove anything,
Go to my history. Yes.
So, are there notable jobs you've done that you can refer back to as your history in the past 10 years or more?
Yeah. I have worked with the #1 comic writer in the whole of West Africa, Ezekiel Omo, the head writer of the Johnsons, the youngest also in the Navy. Yes, in Zetobo Siwe. I've worked for Davido in the concluded Timeless Tour in 2022. I mean 2023, yes. Of course, I'm the director of Coco Christmas. I shot it too. I also worked with Professor Onyebu.
Okay.
Yes, yes, the one that sang Peremese. Yeah. I was also in Lagos State with him when Life Lagabia pulled up and called us, so I was there too. Which other works? Just a lot. I've worked with Leon Photography. You know Leon, yeah. A lot of persons. I can't count. There are many. I just can't count. There are many.
Wow. Okay, so what tips would you give to any young person coming into mobile cinematography?
Go to school.
Go to school.
Yes. Go. Just go to school first. People think it's all about getting in there. Creativity is not enough. If you don't have some knowledge in school, like depending on course you know, I'm not saying you should just go and study the course alone. There are other things you need. Like variety is the spice of life and monotony kills interests. I wouldn't call it a mistake, but if it's a mistake, so be it. I took this so serious that I nearly dropped out in my JS3. It took Tobo Sibe to come to my house and convince my people. If not, I would have dropped out. So, first of all, go to school. You can see at school. Check it, and there are these people that will be in school and they will focus in school like school is the main thing you want. I'm sorry, or you will come out a colossal embarrassment. Because if you're living this triangular lifestyle of school, market, church, I pity you. Nigeria will hit you when you come out and be like, you understand the full meaning of so help me God. If you're in school, you should be trying something else. You understand? So as you're in school, listening in a mobile cinematography, it's a colossal embarrassment and a shame that you're a theater art student. You have no projects you've done. Nothing. You've not been on set. You know, when the school gives you a project, that's when you execute it. It doesn't make any sense. If you're thinking you will come from the Emuas or work away, it's good though. But you have to know this and know that. If you don't know this and you know that, it's of no use. I keep saying it that any native doctor that said he or she does not know what a paracetamol is deceiving his or herself. But it doesn't make any sense. You know, you don't know paracetamol. You are deceiving yourself. So, even as a non-Christian, I read the Bible not because I want to know it. I read it so that when you come to disarm me with it, I will use it against you. That is the thing. You understand? So you have to know everything. You go to school first. Stop rushing in. No, don't go there first. Yeah, I got no school. So it doesn't work that way. Just go to school first. Education is important.
In your line of creativity, what should people be expecting next from
I have mentioned before that I have a project I'm working on. I don't want to say if it's a film or whatever. This is how I normally talk. I often move behind closed doors.
you? Okay, let's drift a little. Okuko Christmas. Of all the things to offer people in a festive and celebrating time, why horror and psycho fancy? I'm your number one critic because I saw the movie. And the funny thing is that I saw it on 25th Christmas. So why?
Okay. Okay, why horror? Number one. What are you expecting? Normal Christmas is always happy now. Like everybody comes home and hey, auntie this, uncle that, and you're all, enjoying home alone and the rest of them. Let's try something else. At least that 25th evening, go sleep. It is sweet. The joy is different. Didn't you see the other thing? Wishing you a scary Christmas and no more New Year. I mean, try something new. Like I keep saying it. Try something new. Variety is the spice of life. They say there is a lot of fish, there is a lot of whatever in the ocean. Everybody can swim. That's the thing. You don't have to follow the same way. When your mate are doing, follow them. This is not for everybody. Try something new. You understand? So
what inspired Okuko Christmas?
What inspired it is the fact that if it's normal, I'm not in. If it's abnormal, call me, I love it. It's just weirdness. The only weirdness the movie. So if it's something that the normal community agrees with, the normal norms and all that, I'm not in. But if it's something that that basically this person will come out and counter it, this person will come out and counter it, I love it. You need to understand that as an entertainer, no publicity is a bad publicity. So that is also one of the things that inspired it.
Okay. No publicity bad. So now let me go back to that question where I found your energy. What was too normal with the church?
What was what?
Too normal, because you don't like normal things. So what was too normal with the church that you had to leave?
Oh, it was not the normalities of the church that made me leave. I had some questions unanswered.
Questions like?
If we dive into that place, you're not going to come out today.
Next time.
Okay, let there be light and there was light. How come I'm seeing God created sun and the other ones at the other version, at the end verses? Verses. So how come there was what brought the first lights?
Okay.
That is just a question, not a rhetorical question. So that one, until that one is answered, then we can get to the next one. So a lot of questions to ask.
And did your abo
answer it? What were you expecting? Of course he did answer, but the answer is not for the public. Like I said earlier, if you now, what makes people what they are is not meant to be seen in public. So yes, he did answer it.
Now, do you think that the current traditional revival to ancestral worship in the 21st century could be linked to the same opinion you have?
I do not think so. Some persons are coming back out of greed. I know my mates that are just coming in because they feel like they can come in and get money. The two most popular lie in religion. Nigeria, because I've not traveled outside Nigeria. These are the two popular ones I know in Nigeria. In Nigeria, I mean eastern parts, because I've not been to that western part or northern parts that much. Is number one, accept Jesus and everything will be well with you. Number two, know your ancestors and your indigenous and everything will be well with you. These two things, they are all scam. They are lies. It's not true. When you get in, you understand. It is not true.
Somebody said, "Nonya no liwa kasi aje si eloni. Owejo fego neko ye jisilian." I said no 1.8. I go again. Owejo ya. Obu nonya no liwa atawa 1.8 million. Agwo gara agu ye bono. By now, yawa ge jisilian.
Let me tell you, there are a lot of necromancers in the name of Ndi Ordinary. Let me even say Ndi Omenani, not Ordinary, because you can't find this kind of people, The Ordinary and Omenani are two different things. People don't understand that. Omenani is the one you can twist, make us so. And so, Ordinary, you are not permitted to do a lot of things. Only you question your name. If you are not meant to do it. That's why I am the hardcore. Like if you are talking to yourself. I don't listen. As long as there was a post I made, I said, once my God agrees, I don't send. Once my chi is in line with it, he also knows when I go. So, this is not because of the fact. No, it's not true. So I'm coming back to come and make money. It's not true. Why are you coming back if the one where you work you couldn't get it there? Okay, nah, just labor. And not just if you cannot get it, you come and we go and tell them there that here you couldn't get it here. It doesn't make any sense. Just live your life normal. Kedu ihe na-agbagharị for maka ego? Gịnị agali ofu kedu ife iji eme? Agali ofu ga nọkwa ebe anyị wee nakwa. Kedu ife na-agbagharị for it? If you are not coming back for true reason of coming back that you want to align with your people, ka amalụkwa gị. Then let them know that you are here. Kedu ihe ozi na-anachitelu for? I am like, I think that was the day before yesterday. Yesterday I was making a post that after 10 years of my mobile cinematography, I've never received any award, and this year I got a message that I'm receiving an award. It is not just an award, but it's coming from my hometown. That is the joy, that my people recognize me first. That thing is giving me a million joy. And I told them, if you have any award for me, keep it until after August and I can start receiving it. But for now, this award will be the first to enter my house. You understand? So if you're coming in, come in because you want them to recognize you. Don't come because of what you will gain. Come because you want to be part of this family. Ichoka, isolunande mbonande. You understand? You're not coming in because of the benefits. Like me, I didn't come in for the benefit. I came in because I wanted to have their names well known. And that has made me come out before, like as in top amongst my mates.
So what reawoke your consciousness to your arm?
Nothing other than the first question the question I said I had that were unanswered. And number two, I don't know. I have this in that whenever I enter a place I'm not accepted, you don't need to tell me. I already know I'm not accepted here. I will leave. So in the church I had the love and all that, but something about me tells me this is not where you belong. Immediately I got into ordinary. I felt like I'm finally home. And then after 2-3 years, they visited me in the dream. Then told me, they didn't literally say, they did something that made me understand that they already know I am here. So, and I called someone and told the person, he told me now it seems they know you are here. So that's just it.
So before your questions, how did you know? How did you identify your album?
How did I identify my album? How did I identify my album was not hard though. I mean, creative force. Let's come back to English because that's where in Igbo. So let's come back to English. Creative force. It's not hard to identify. Like someone keep asking me in my former place where I used to live before I moved into the new house. They're asking, she was asking what can I do? Say, bro, no bronchi, what can I do? How can I work for you? Ask yourself, what's that thing you can do without anybody's aid that freely you can do it? People think it's kind of funny that people think I'm actually having mobile cinematography as a career. No, it's not my career. Let's be clear about that. It's not my career. That is just something I do. Not passionate stuff what I do. Stress free. You understand? Though it may be stressful at some point, but at the end of the day, if I sit back, I'll be like, oh no, this thing don't really stress me. And I just things I love to do for fun. So this is just something I love to do for fun. So I found out that over the years, this is something I love to do to pass our time. And then I'm like, okay, let's take this a little bit serious. Let's invest in it. And from investing in it, and this is where man is, that's in the whole of Southeast is well recognized. So identifying it wasn't that hard. Because I was too quick to know that of all things, this is the only thing I know I can do without calling for another person to help me. And that was my creative field. Then I had to call on the forces around me to put in hand. Because I know that, physically speaking, I don't have a format. So that's it.
So are there consequences that goes when you go against the forces?
No.
So they are all forgiven like God?
Maybe. I don't know. But I've never seen any consequences. Aside the fact that I created some kind of insult for myself. And I'm a little
Okay, you created that for yourself.
Women don't touch my food. Not just women, but any kind of woman cannot touch my food. There are some conditions you can stay, but you have never touched my food.
So you're literally saying that some of these laws, you're not the first person I'm hearing it from. I grew up with my aunt who is an Ezemwai. I love that to death. She's practically even my godmother was an Ezemwai too. So and I've heard these laws about them. So you're trying to make me understand that, or make people understand that these laws are actually self-imbibed?
Some, not all. Some are self-imbibed, some now just say when you get in, they tell you this is what they don't want you to do. You understand? On my own end, I had to put in that because if you want people to fear you, create some certain kind of rules. I'm not doing it so they will fear me. If I tell you my rules, you self go give me gap. There are a lot of rules that will make people fear you. Like, let's take for an instance, people enjoy your Sadebe song, but do you actually know where the songs are coming from? They are from the river. When I give you Okejibili, Etobojo. You enjoy the song, you enjoy the beat. Osadebe, after Ajofia Neri, Osadebe is my second best artist. I enjoy his song very. I think you were here on my phone rang. You heard a bell. That was Ajosha's song. If I die today, I would not die no more. That's just Ajofia. If you open my phone, wallpaper Ajofia Neri, my picture with him, my laptop, all my gadgets everywhere Ajofia, Ajofia. Even in my room, I drew him. Understand? So, all depending. Sometimes you need to create some certain rules that will make people respect you or fear you. If you are too accessible, you will be easy to be taken down. But if you create some certain rules around you, you will be like me, an instance, I'm 23 years of age, no ex, no present girlfriend. Like, if nothing that's made by woman, that's enough is make you to ask, who is this guy? Like, how do you even breathe? That kind of thing. There are other things though, like how far he's not using any phone, it's just Samsung. You can never see him on shoe, he's always on white slippers. Can never see me on any other color if not white. He's often on white beach, though I forgot mine today. So all these kind of crazy things, he's on anklets, this one, that one. He doesn't follow your rule. He creates his rule and nobody questions him. All these things, like, how do you think you cannot take me down that easily? Or the mother can virtual like that? Obaka. If you're Jabu the 12 you're it's not easy to be 12.
What are your difficult challenges both in your creative efforts so far?
Convincing people that it's possible to do, number one, shoot things with phone. Number two, where I am as a traditionalist. People do see me as a I still don't care. I've gone past the level of explaining. If you want to know, you can check the history. So I think number one thing is that conviction. I had that challenge on sets during Okoko Christmas, trying to convince my cast that I can do this with phone. But after the first day, everybody are like, okay, let's relax, you can do it. Then after the film came out, I got some messages from my cast. I was feeling so, that last born attitude, and I'll be like, oh, yeah. But it's number one, the challenge of convincing people that this is possible with phone. Number two is getting the equipment. I'm worried about in the southeast. I can say that boldly. I'm worried about.
What particular equipment?
Yeah, just shoot now. The this thing, the rig for phone is not the same as one for camera. There are some kind of gears you can wear for camera that you don't know it exists for phone. This phone has some lenses you can add. It has some telescope. It has ND filter. A lot of them, diffusers and all those things. There are a lot of them that were made for phone. But what am I to do? I'll just have to get the ones for camera, find a way to create something around it and fix my phone in there and work with it.
Is it that you didn't find them or that they don't?
I did not. I followed them myself. I'm more than for you. I checked. Even these people I'm buying from, I told them to check around for me. I didn't see anything. I sent people around. I only buy from outside Nigeria. The plug I have in Onitsha, that one said don't travel for Christmas. Now until it's back, then we can start doing business again.
Okay, so finally, what would you say in the present creative industry, creative society that should be looked into moving ahead?
Mobile cinematography. I have discussed that with Anambra State government. They kicked it out. And then after Samsung took me to Lagos and they took me serious, I came back to Oka and you are now telling the man, I will not call his name. You are now telling him, Alpha is that guy that came to your office to discuss that mobile cinematography stuff. Now he has been recognized by Samsung, Netflix knows him, this one, that one. Yeah. And he's like, oh wow, congrats, wow. That was where I met Chuki GSS officially. I was like, wow, you're doing so great. Wow, this is someone that told me that I should leave this in. It will not make sense. I should go and register and work with ABS. So funny enough, I do not think that there is any other thing I may advise that should be done is other than to look into mobile cinematography. It's something that's coming up. If it was in Lagos, they will buy into the deep. But here, nobody send them. Let's take for instance, Maybe this guy do show for Onitsha. What's his name? The one that did his show in stadium. Anambra government
Sure.
did not buy into it. These
Yeah.
are Igbo guys. Yes, Anambra government no buy into it. This guy did his own in Enugu. Enugu State bought into the whole thing. They bought the deep. It favored the government. It favored the guy too. Here, nobody send you. Nobody.
Actually, show business in Oka, to me personally, died a natural death. It will take a different level of packaging to bring it back to life.
Some persons are trying now. That's why I give
Example.
accolades to Slim Shady them.
2021, Sopolonyi Bande Miloma did Southeast Igbo concert. I could tell, because I was part of the planning team, the percentage of government involvement. The government of the then days didn't really look into youths and creative economy. So, judging from what happened to the likes of Nature's shows and the rest of them, if you remember, Out of My Mind, there were other creative shows that happened in Oka, musicals too. That was what brought the likes of Slim Shady to limelight. And then we had Spark of Life, which
CB.
only happened, I think, once or twice. And you see that these people come here, they get discouraged. And then talking about Cola Boy and
Jerick.
and equally MC Monica.
Yeah.
I know of Jerick's own because Jerick was sponsored by Don Ibubogo's Tiger Foods, the Ninth.
Yeah. Nice.
Majorly. It was
I saw
not
the updates.
really Enugu State government.
You didn't see Enugu State government.
It was
buying
not
into it.
really Enugu State government. It was just Commissioner for Culture, Tourism and Entertainment.
You didn't Anambra me.
The funny thing about Anambra is that, one, we've not been able, I keep saying it anyway, anytime, we've not been able to actually convince the billionaires, leave government aside, in Anambra State to invest in creative economy. Because the reason is, when you're talking to a businessman, you should bring a preposition of profit. What are we offering the government in getting involved in creative economy? What do you think we're offering them? Mobile photography, for example, you're coming to the government to follow it up. What is their gain?
What is their gain is that a new section of the market will be open where mobile cinematography equipment will be sold, and that alone generates a lot for the government.
Was this proposed?
Well, in my first proposal, it wasn't there. It wasn't there, but because
After 10 years, you're realizing the market.
no, it's not. In my first proposal, it wasn't there because I never had this knowledge. This first proposal was, I think that was last 2 years. That was when I did the proposal of a thing. My proposal was that if at least they can maybe open space, maybe I can come and teach people. That was, but now you can cause your mother. If you come, you come. If you not come, you not come. That's just it.
Now we are still on this same very issue. Most of the people that approach the government to come into the system are not going there for business. Let's be frank. People want to go there for their benefit.
But that wasn't for my benefit.
The government abro mile alezi that you just go and it spills on you. If you don't have what to make gain and returns, nobody is willing to put into it. Talk less the government. So how many persons actually have packaged a business in the creative society and presented to government? Most of us go so our government will give us money. And from the experiences so far, government has given money to some people who never made any account for it. So if you're saying government, for example, I am aware of what Soludo wants to do with the blockchain mapping of entertainment industry in Anambra State, for example, which currently, as of yesterday, I saw a video of Okoku getting a place for a film village, and Enugu State was celebrating it, meaning government is getting involved now because these persons already have a proposal that is workable. An individual wakes up one morning, like 2 years ago, you had no knowledge you had about your field right now. 2 years ago, you might have gone to the government and say, give me an opportunity to train people and pay me for training
I
them.
didn't even go there for my own assets.
Now, after training, for example, 1,000 youths, what is the market for them? Everybody starts using phone and starts shooting content. What kind of content? Who regulates it? Currently on social media, the only people we have is near nude and useless contents online.
Sure.
Somebody picks up the phone, somebody standing, Ogaso Bulia picture, Nene and I smile. And then my underaged cousin that has access to an Android phone watches that rubbish and start fantasizing about women.
Yeah.
So if I give you access to train 1,000 youths on mobile photography, what content are we making sure they are going to get? Because there is no censorship. So I'll end up using you to raise 1,000 nuisance creators. And these people are supposed to be people that will be graduating from secondary school.
Yeah, probably universities.
And universities. And then, judging from what we have, what do we need to put in place? These are part of the questions that we need to start answering. If not, we'll just be beating around the circles.
Well, first time I met the government, number one, it wasn't to my own assets. Because if I was there to not only ego much, didn't every man in me will come out now. If I was there for their money, they would know. I was not there for their money. And my purpose was not mainly on all those content, it was on filmmaking. Because the person I met was into the industry. Let me use words because I don't know if he's still there now. So the person was into the industry. So I went there as trying to see if we can try bringing film to be done with phone. But now that I've done one, Fuko said, this is not my first film, this is actually my fourth film, but first serious project I've done. So now that I've done one, Fuko said, and I'm not even in the game to go back now and tell them this or that. If they want, like, I think after the film, I even got a call from that same government telling me that there's two youth to this thing.
1 youth 2 skill.
Yes, 1 youth 2 skill. Thank you. That they want me to train some youth. I'm like, okay, this year we'll talk about it. So I'm still waiting for their call. This year, if they come back, good. If they don't come back for me. So I want some time to come and start explaining. I can be Jugo. What I'm more bent on now is finishing with the little circle I have. The ones that have graduated have graduated. The ones I want to, not even the ones, none of them stayed. They all went to Lagos State. That's a very big problem. Because how can you be here? You may say in India, next thing about go Lagos. Can you go for
the same question we're asking? Sorry to say this, but I'm going to do that. I think 1 youth 2 skill in Anambra State is a scam.
How?
A big scam. Empowering people without a market provision is what is happening to you.
Yes.
Do you know how many editors has left Oka? Do you know how many music studios, Buzali in them, that have left this very damn side?
Like
do you know how many? Thank you.
Kenzat, that guy.
I know when Puta was the best graphic designer in Oka. So just jam packing people in one place just to make the numbers and make the news without creating a particular market for distribution of skills and recovery of funds.
No creative house in Oka. It's
the worst empowerment system I can say exists. So if we are saying come and train people, the projects, I'm not condemning the efforts. I'm just saying the result is not worth the noise. Because yes, we have young creatives, no doubt. I know when P2B implemented that every school must have a computer library. My younger siblings then were doing data analysis as a secondary school. Now, when he graduates from secondary school, who can employ him as a data analyst? Because even the Anambra social media system, this is one thing people run to Lagos State for. There's LLC, there is a lot of opportunities waiting for you. Yes, somebody said we cannot always compare the East with, but then the government can start somewhere. Let's have a creative hub, for example. And the Solution Fund City, can it have a creative hub? Can the state library have a place, a department for creativity that one can come and create animation commercials for the states? The ABS Film Academy, can it have a creative system that is workable and employable?
The ABS has a film academy?
Yes.
Interesting. I never knew.
So if we want to talk about these markets, doing 1 youth 2 skill for me is voluminous. Let's keep it to 1 youth 1 skill. One person learn one thing, then let there be a market for you. So if 500 people apply, we know that we are splitting 500 people into 10 different skills, and we have 50 of them per section, and then there is some way to move them after them. And not to just gather money from government, go and buy a few cheaper machines and give to them to their house. Some of them get home and sell them.
True, on got it now.
And then they come back to the street, and some people even do the training twice. And still, do you get?
Yeah, so they will also cash out.
The thing is, it's biting me. If nobody's saying it, I will. Because I was part of the team that trained the first set of 1 youth 1 skill in shoemaking. I handled Anambra East local government. So if each time I see people talk about, refer to that as a system that is working, for me it's completely a what will I call it? It's a sabotage. Because one, it is accounted for, but the results are not.
True, that result. Because I've once asked, the first one, Emil, can they figure in if I can offer? Not too sure about it. What do you want to say about baggage that I can not make the government? Can they even Emil also?
So, the creative economy, thank God to the Soludo system that is trying to revitalize it, but a lot more has to be done. So, lastly, you will give us a shout out.
Hi guys, it's the 12. I'm on Creative Converse. I would like you guys to keep watching, subscribe, like, and comment. Share with your friends, your enemies, and everyone. Dalu.
Thank you guys for following us. I want to celebrate my 50th subscription. Little wins. I want to celebrate my 50 subscribers. Thank you so much for following. And don't forget to share to your friends. And if you have any topic you want us to discuss, please drop it in the comment section, or you can send us an email at creativesconverse@gmail.com, or send us a direct DM. We are always open to respond to you, and so far as it pertains creativity and the creative society, that's what we are here for. Don't forget, the goal is to put the Southeast in the map of the entertainment hub of Africa. Thank you for following us. Thank you for the likes. My name is Jesse Miracle, and I'm your lovely host.